Moore is the head of Google Earth Outreach, and she has done some incredible work bringing social and environmental awareness and tools to those folks. So with that, Rebecca.
Thank you very much, Brian, and good morning, everyone. Yes, I'm head of Google Earth Outreach. So what happens when you take this breathtakingly detailed and vivid replica of the planet and you put it in the hands of the world? People do amazing things. So I'd like to share with you this morning how our partners, thousands of nonprofit organizations around the world, are using Google Earth and Google Maps to better understand the world, to raise awareness, and even to create solutions to some of the most challenging issues we face in areas as diverse as climate change, environment, human rights, cultural preservation, and humanitarian relief. So my first week on the job as an engineer on the Google Earth team, Hurricane Katrina hit. As you did just learn from Brian, Google Earth had just been released 2 months earlier. The US government asked for our help. So we worked around the clock every day, publishing near real-time imagery of the flooding. And I'm actually going to show you that now. We're starting on August 16th, before Katrina hit, but pay attention, we're about to switch to August 30th. You can see in the imagery where levees had burst, where the flooding was, which areas were still safe. As people over those days called 911 from the roofs of their homes, the rescue workers used this imagery and Google Earth to enter their address, figure out how to safely conduct a rescue, get the latitude and longitude from Google Earth, and call that information and those instructions to rescue helicopters. The Air Force told us later that using Google Earth, they saved the lives of more than 4,000 people. So that was when many of us realized for the first time that Google Earth was much more than just a fun way to fly to your home and figure out where to go on vacation. It actually was a uniquely powerful and meaningful and significant tool for public benefit. So from that, Google Earth Outreach was born, which is our initiative to help people around the world use Google Earth and Maps to make the world a better place. So since then, there have been many, many success stories from our partners. And you can see some of them featured on our Google Earth Outreach site. We've received a lot of interest from people and organizations who not only want to use our maps, but they actually want to put themselves and their stories on our map, which is the world's map. So for example, take Chief Almir. He's the indigenous leader of a tribe in the Brazilian Amazon. In 2007, he was the first member of his tribe to go to university, and in an internet cafe, he stumbled on Google Earth. Like most of you, the first thing he did when he tried Google Earth was he flew to his home, which you can see his territory is surrounded by that red boundary. He was shocked because he couldn't appreciate from the ground what you can see from the air, that their primary beautiful rainforest territory is completely surrounded by apocalyptic devastation. And even in our satellite imagery, you can see the areas where illegal loggers were making incursions onto their land, some of which he had not even known about. So he came and he asked for our help to put his people literally on the map, to help defend their territory. He said the time had come to put down the bow and arrow and pick up the laptop. So we did that. In 2008, we literally took laptops to the Amazon to help them go from the Stone Age. Their first contact was 1969, from the Stone Age to the Internet age. We gave them workshops on how to take photographs, videos, have the young people interview the elders, and put that information on Google Earth. There are now layers that they've created that help the Surowi and the world visualize the sites of illegal logging, where they hunt, where they fish, where they gather medicinal plants, their first contact with the outside world. This is an example. This is just a snippet of what's coming very soon from them. This is an icon that marks a historic battle. You know, what we've learned through this is that just as language is an expression of culture, maps are an expression of culture. We put the site of Gettysburg on our map. Now the Surowi are putting their battles and their stories on their map. It takes the concept of preserving their land and their culture and makes it much more tangible to people around the world. Chief Elmir actually told us that in their language, Tupi-Monde, the Sudawi people call Google Ragog Makan, which means messenger. Think about that. So today I'm excited to also finally announce that one of our newest partners, the Halo Trust, is today announcing and unveiling their work using Google Earth to illustrate and advocate for their cause. The Halo Trust is a nonprofit organization dedicated to eradicating landmines across the globe, and they've launched this project called Explore a Minefield. The group is using Google Earth to track landmine clearance operations, demarcating areas that are too dangerous to walk, identifying landmines for removal, and then marking the areas that have become safe to return. You can see in the green the areas they've cleared, and the red are areas still to be cleared. To give you an idea of the before and after, in Google Earth in 2002, you can see the area of Kunje in Angola had these minefields. But by the time of 2011, they had successfully cleared those mines, and these areas were now safe to return. So why is this so significant? Just for that one region I showed you in Afghanistan, once Halo had cleared the mines, more than 70,000 displaced people could return to their homes. Children could walk safely to school. The locals were again planting wheat, vegetables, and grapes. This is a snippet of their Google Earth tour they just launched today, and you can read about it in a lat-long blog post. This is an area along the border between Cambodia and Thailand. More than 2 million mines are located in this area that they are working on removing. Innocent lives are being put in peril by these enemies, essentially, that could strike at any time. Halo's goal is by taking abstract information and putting it on the map and making it more vivid, they'll raise global awareness and support for this humanitarian cause. So, as I hope you can see, something as simple as a map can be a uniquely powerful and meaningful way to bring to life these stories and these causes. People and organizations are changing the world simply through the ability to access and contribute to this map. We've found that it can unite peoples and nations toward a common good. Thank you very much. Brian.
Thank you very much, Rebecca.